Personally, I've been quite fortunate. I wouldn't say I've had no incidents of racism. I'd like to put that down to ignorance of other people. There's been quite a bit of stereotyping, racial profiling and that kind of thing, asking me ignorant questions and kind of assuming I'm going to be a certain way. Growing up where I've grown up, with good people around me, open-minded people around me, I've been quite fortunate. However, when I went to America as an 18-year-old boy, it definitely opened my eyes seeing how different it was. There was quite a lot more segregation. There was a lot more incidents where I'd be around a lot of white people and you feel like you're almost representing black people because they've never really met a black person like they've met you, and people would ask you quite ignorant questions and assume certain things or not know certain things and not really want to know certain things. So that kind of definitely opened my mind a lot as a young boy and realised that the world wasn't like the bubble I'd grown up in, relatively compared to a lot of other people. I've had quite a fortunate, well, not fortunate, a ride similar to how it should be.
George Floyd died in police custody after an officer pressed his knee into Floyd's neck for at least 7 minutes.
And nationwide protests against police violence showing no sign of slowing down.
But they also want change right here in the UK.
As everybody was, I was horrified, deeply saddened, and it was just a horrible, horrible thing to watch. These things have happened over centuries, and these things have continued to happen. And there's been protests and a lot of peaceful protests, and these things have continued to happen. It's like, I think people have just had enough, and people don't want George Floyd to just become another name, which people kind of tweet about, and then it goes away in a few weeks and it's on to the next one. I think people are really demanding real change, and with the protests, I think it's fantastic to show that it's not just an American issue in the South or in certain states. It's a global issue, and that's why I think it's really important to have these global protests and really show togetherness and support for different people all over the world. I don't agree with the violence, but I do understand the violence. I think that people are very emotional right now, and it's a very kind of raw time at the minute. It's now more than ever that a lot of white people are as angry as the black people, as it should be, because I think that things are never really going to change until the white people or the people in the majority start calling out other white people on these issues when black people aren't around.